One of the best aspects of travel in the private jet is, of course, we are a private jet. We are not subject to the rules of commercial aviation. So wherever we fly around the world, we either use a private airport. We're leaving from Seattle in 2 days' time. We're going to use the Boeing field. So we have none of the hassles of dealing with commercial crowds. We have none of the hassles of lining up at check-in desks. We have none of the hassles of, being in lengthy lines of immigration and security. We are a private jet. And so thereby, when we land in a destination, we taxi to the VIP terminal, or often they bring a staircase to the aircraft, and we actually disembark directly into our vehicles and head off on our first sightseeing adventure and then to the hotel. The ease of private jet travel, even in a 757, becomes outstanding to our clientele. In fact, most of them come home to the United States, and that's when the real shock sets in. We're back to reality. One of the great things, of course, of all of these trips are the jets themselves. On the smaller continental trips, we use the Embraer Legacy jets, which are just, they're usually in commercial service, they hold anything 42 to 44 people. We have it reconfigured in beautifully spacious 14 seats, just 14 guests on the tour with us, two tour directors. On the 757, usually a commercial jet of 250 passengers, we have it beautifully reconfigured just for 52 clients with a sky lounge on board. The rear third of the aircraft is a 16-seat sky lounge for our guests to enjoy during the flights that we take. But it's the onboard service is absolutely exceptional. We have a fantastic flight crew. They are the best of the best, and we bring on board a chef and an executive chef and a sous chef. So we have two chefs on board who literally present to us a la carte dining in the air. It's the most fabulous experience in terms of airborne dining. And I mean, we all know what airline food is about today. Even if it exists, it's pretty grim. We have taken the world of fine restaurant dining and brought it on board our aircraft. So our clients truly fall in love not only with the ambience, the spaciousness, the luxury of the jet, but also the service that's delivered to them on the jet. We're very, very fortunate, and we have particular chefs and sous chefs that we choose. They bring on fresh produce from each of the destinations that we go to. There's always a mix of the sort of national flavors of a destination we're either arriving to or coming from, as well as, the more traditional kinds of fine dining as well. The great thing about Lakani is the network of guides and personal experts that Heidi knows around the world enabled her to open doors, and we call this privilege access, because these doors are opened only for very, very special groups. And these are the kinds of experts that you as our guests wish to be rubbing shoulders with, wish to be hearing from. We pride ourselves on the very, very best of the best, and this isn't only in the local guiding, but it's also into the very renowned personalities that we introduce you to along the way. So in addition to having ourselves as the tour directors on board, every destination we come to, we have access to really the people that know everything about everything in those destinations. And again, I say, whether it's culturally or wildlife aspect or archaeology, history, it is truly your guide who makes your trip. But within the tour, we have all these aspects of sort of customization and independence. So people, they're not limited to dining only in the hotels that we stay with. Heidi Lakani has a wonderful ethos of dine by choice. So in every city in the world that we visit, whether it be Cape Town or Melbourne or up into somewhere like Hanoi or Udaipur, India, or Alexandria, Cairo, or Biarritz, they are able to choose any restaurant of their choice each evening for dining, and dine by choice a la carte, which is all included in the price of the tour. We are also great believers, especially in the around the world and the around South America, where we use the larger jet, the 757, which we have reconfigured to only carry 52 people. But we have 4 onboard tour directors, so that when we come to destination, we actually leave the jet and do all of our sightseeing as small groups of like 12 to 14 people. This is the way this ilk of traveler likes to travel. They don't want to think that for the next 23 or 24 days, they're going to be herded around the world as a group of 52 people. That's just exactly not what they want. So we've taken away that part of it. They only travel as this small group when they're on the jet. Otherwise, as I say, we go down into these much more personalized experiences of 10 to 12. And another aspect that we add in is on their second day in each destination, we actually offer them a choice of sightseeing. We call it Sightseeing Selects, choose your own day, in which we give them a sort of an a la carte menu of sightseeing choices. And so again, it becomes much more independent. They are choosing between, 5 or 6, or if they have another idea of their own that they've heard of from friends who've been in this area or this city, we'll happily accommodate what they need. So we've managed to break down as much of those walls of touring as we possibly can. And so we make it a much more individualized experience along the way. We're also thrilled to have a team of onboard tour directors who've all worked together now from, a wonderful background of companies, from Travcoa to Intrav to Abercrombie and Kent. We've all worked together in the past with these companies, and we've all worked together in the past. So we're all sort of seasoned travelers in our own right. We've all traveled on all 7 continents, many of us many times. But we're also a working team together. We love traveling with each other. We really are there to have fun and to ensure that all of our guests on board have fun as well. And I think when that spirit emanates from the travel managers, from the tour directors, it can't help but flow through into the clients. And hence, we have many of these clients who are truly their personal friends. And they come back and tour with us. They choose a different jet tour each year or every other year, and hence we have a fantastic repeat client record. We love to design programs that are more leisurely in pace, that allow more free time. We're never going to miss out, obviously, on all the highlights of a destination, and that's why we're going there. Many of these places we go to are renowned. They're World Heritage sites, UNESCO World Heritage. Many of it mixes a slice of adventure with also maintaining the luxurious aspect of our trip. We always enjoy a pace that our clients aren't exhausted by the time they get home. Rather more, they're exhilarated by these exceptional experiences that they've had with us along the way.